Hello everyone, I am JB and Dr. Mohammad Miraj Alam, Assistant Professor of Economics, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In this session of video, I will discuss the objectives of the 11th five-year plan. I have already made 3 videos on the 11th five-year plan. The priorities, the prospect, the approach paper, all these things I have discussed in the previous video. In this video, I will discuss about the objectives of the plan. Uh, the declared objective of the 11th five-year plan is faster and more inclusive. This is the theme, you can say. This is the theme and broader objective of the five-year plan. Among on these themes, there are many short and long-term objectives. Faster and more inclusive growth is the broader objective and declared objective of the 11th five-year plan. The approach paper of 11th plan states that plan will aim at putting the economy on sustainable growth trajectory with growth rate of approximately 10% by the end of its period. The other objectives of the plan are growth of 4% in the agriculture sector. Usually in India, agriculture sector in the beginning of the planning era was performing robust. But on the later stage of the planning period, in the mid 80s, 19, and after that, the agriculture sector continuously doing very low what we planners expect. So, in the 11th five-year plan, the policymakers and the economists fixed the target of at least 4% growth rate in the agriculture if you want to achieve the more faster and high economic growth. This is required for the agriculture development. The second objective was the faster employment generation. As we all know that India is a country of villages. You know, according to 2011 census, still there are 69% people are living in the rural areas, and more than 50% people directly or indirectly are engaged in the agriculture sector. If agriculture sector will lagging behind, there will be huge challenge for the India to achieving the high economic growth, because large more than 50% are people are directly and indirectly dependent on the agriculture sector. So, achieving the 4% of growth rate in the agriculture sector are the requirement and the prerequisite for the 11th to achieve the target of 11th five-year plan. Now come to the employment generation. Employment generation is the one of the I think one of the most important objective of any plan, or particularly for the 11th plan, because you know, if people get employed, they themselves they themselves develop, right? Otherwise, government a government cannot support for its citizens always. Government only support to the some extent. If government able to provide them employment, they can develop themselves with uh, their if they developed the effect of development will reach to the other sectors as well. So it was the challenge for the policymakers how to create greater employment opportunity in India and in India. So policymakers identified some potential sectors where huge employment can be created, uh, such as tourism industry, service sectors, agriculture. These are the areas where huge employment opportunities are available, and government want to tap them. The third other objective of the plan are the reducing disparities across regions. As we all know that India is a huge country in terms of area as well as population. You know, there are some states in India are uh, poor as compared to other states. Most of the southern states are performing better in terms of social sector, in terms of per capita income, in terms of other development indicators as compared to central or north part of the India. States like Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. These states are the historically backward in terms of social sector as well as per capita income. These are the mainland India, also known as the mainland India, and they are the Hindi belt or known as the cow belt. They are historically poor. Huge numbers are there are huge population living in particularly in this area. So the disparities. In the income disparities in the social sector are very huge as compared to south and the north. The job of the planning was to reduce these disparities. If we talking about the income disparities, there are in India experiencing a tremendous income disparities in as compared to the per capita. Per capita income cannot present the exact figure of disparities because it is the average income of the people. As we all know that per capita income calculated by total income of the country divided by total population at a particular year. That is the per capita income. But if we look individually or the area wise, you will find huge disparities in terms of income. There is a organization that is known as Oxfam, which always calculate the income and disparities. According to Oxfam, uh, 20% of India's people are holding 80% of resources or income, and 80% are people are only dependent on the 20% income of the country. That is the situation of the disparities in India. Uh, Now come to the next point, that is ensuring access to the basic physical infrastructure as well as health and education services to the all. These two services, that is health and education, is the prerequisite. As I told you in the earlier video, these are the basic social sector indicators. If any country want to develop their human, they need to invest, and it is required to invest in the health sector and the education sector. Both are the jointly demanded, you can say. We can invest at the same time because both are interrelated to each other. India is as compared to health infrastructure, is lagging behind in many of the developing countries as well, and in the education sector as well. And there are various programs and policies government have launched in the past as well, but hardly successful. But the target of the 11th plan was to create the physical infrastructure in the health as well as in the education. In the health infrastructure, there should be a greater number of hospitals. There is should be a greater number of beds in the hospitals. Their number of doctors in the hospital and other medical staff should be increased to get the better health facilities. Likewise, in the education sector, there should be more number of primary and second, upper primary and secondary and the senior secondary school should be there. So all the population should get the admission at a very cheap cost. Otherwise, they cannot afford the expenses of the education because large number of people in India are still living in the poverty. This was the product objectives of the 11th 5-year plan. Monitorable targets of the plan. There are some targets which was monitored during the planning period. The approach paper of 11th plan has finished following targets to be achieved during the plan. The first target was the to attain faster annual average growth rate of 9% in GDP so as to reach 10% growth rate by the end of the plan. This was the target which can be attained in the quick time in the year if India achieved the first 4 year of the plan, 9% of economic growth. Then only after in the last year of the plan can be 10%. Growth rate can be achieved in the 10%. To attain more inclusive growth so as to spread the benefit of development to all sections of the people. To attain 4% in agriculture sector, to reduce the educated unemployment rate below 5%, to arrange electricity for all by 2009. You know, India is there are a large number of houses in India still doesn't have a proper electricity connection. You know, electricity is the basic right like the education, health, water, and other social services. To arrange telephone services in all villages of the country by November 2007, to improve the sex ratio or male-female ratio at the earliest, to ensure access to basic physical infrastructure as well as health and education services to all. To achieve the education services to all, there is a right to education act placed in uh, 2000 in the future will placed in future, which was implemented in 2000, and the act enacted in 2009 and implemented from 1st April 2010. This proof the act proved the milestone in achieving the universal education up to the level of secondary level. To ensure all weather roads connection to all habitation with population 1000 and above 500 in the hilly and tribal areas by 2009, and ensure coverage of all significant habitation by 2015. Uh, this was the condition of roads. Condition of roads in India was very dilapidated. Some There are some kachi roads. There are some which is not all weather roads. You know, there are some roads in India uh, through which we can pass only in the winter season. In rainy season, there are problems to crossing these types of roads. Uh, uh, that was also the priority of planners to build such a great roads. To create 70 million new work opportunities. You know, India is a very huge population and a working population which have a lack of employment opportunities. One of the target of the planning to increase the employment opportunity by the 70 million new work opportunities, which was a great task. To increase the literacy rate for person of age 7 or more to 85%. Uh, at the literacy level, we can say that this target can be achieved easily because by the by the 2011 census, into 74.4% people were literate, right? To lower gender gap in literacy to 10%. Here is the gender gap is a new concept you may heard. Gender gap is the in if we look the literacy percentage in India, uh, in aggregate it was the 74.4% in 2011. When we look separately by the gender, that is such male and female, you will find huge gap, almost 10% gap among the male and the female. Female get less percentage as compared to male, their male counterparts. To reduce infant mortality rate to 28 and the maternal mortality rate by 1000 per 1 per thousand live birth. This is the health parameters through we can access or we can analyze the health condition in our country. Infant mortality rate calculated number of live birth or in maternal mortality rate is the number of uh, uh, number of per thousand live birth, right? Reduce total fertility rate to 2.1. And the fertility rate related to population, basically it is also a health indicator. If you want to control or minimize the total fertility rate, we need to develop some policy program on the population policy, right? To provide clean drinking water for all, by 2009. This was the monitorable targets of the 11th 5-year plan. Now come to the financing part of the 11th plan. What was the source of finance? The NDC in its 52nd meeting on December 9, 2006 approved the approach paper to the 11th plan, setting a faster, more broad-based and inclusive growth at the average annual rate of 9% of the 5-year starting from 2007 to 8. In order to fulfill these growth objectives, it requires a sustainable increase in the allocation of public resources for planned program in critical areas including education, health, agriculture, and infrastructure. It also requires an improvement in the government saving from around 1.5% of GDP in 2005-6 to at least plus 1% to support without a balance of payment problem. An increase in total investment rate as proportion to GDP from 30.1% in 2005-6 to 35.1% on average during the 11th plan. The paper also calls for additional public sector plan expenditure about current level, about 1 percentage point of GDP in 2007 at rising about 2.5% of GDP in 2011. The approach paper notes that preliminary exercise suggests that the fiscal deficit reduction in the 11th plan period to attain FRBM target will be achieved consistent with an increase in GBS for the plan by 2.3% of point GDP of the plan period as a whole. This would require an adjustment through lower non-plan expenditure and additional taxation by around 0.2 percentage point of GDP. However, meeting the fiscal deficit targets will limit the scope for increasing plan expenditure in the first 2 years unless the reduction in the non-plan expenditure can be significantly front-loaded. Thus, for proper financing of 11th plan, the Planning Commission suggested that the government needs to increase tax revenue such as subsidies and impose user charge on public services to fund investment in key areas like infrastructure, irrigation for higher economic growth in the first 5-year plan. In its approach paper, the Planning Commission states that even if the twin approach to raise tax revenue and prune non-plan expenditure by curtailing subsidies is successful, it may not be easy for the center to eliminate revenue deficit by 2008-9 as FRBM target. The Commission also pointed out that the large investment in infrastructure, irrigation, education, and healthcare would require an increase in budgetary resources for the plan from average 7.15% of the GDP in the 10th plan to an average of around 9.7% in the 11th plan. Thus, the resources needed for this purpose can be mobilized by an increase in tax revenue through improvement in tax administration and tax compliance and a fall in non-plan expenditure, including explicit and hidden subsidies. So this is, I think, sufficient for the 11th 5-year plan. Go through some other notes and other videos as well for the more concept and greater knowledge of this planning and objectives of the 5-year plan. Thank you so much watching this video.